Fall Guys is the game that is taking the world by storm at the moment. Fall Guys has attracted all kinds of gamers from all walks of life. The game has become so popular, in fact, that the developers didn't even expect it to be so big. Due to this small oversight, the game has been plagued with server crashes because so many people are waiting to get on and play this game. It's quite the wonderful thing, to be honest. There has been numerous fixes to help the servers support so many new players, and that is absolutely fantastic for the developers. Imagine creating a small little game which you thought would probably develop to have a small casual following, and then boom, it's one of the biggest and most talked about games for the past 2 weeks. People have tried to explain Fall Guys as just being the new battle royale on the block, but realistically, the way that I see it, it's a battle royale with personality. Fun and vibrant art styles make the game feel casual and fun. It's quite amazing. For me personally, I have spent many hours of playing Fall Guys. It's really fun and replayable, and you don't even realise how long you're playing for until you actually look at the clock. You might just think, oh, I'll play 5 casual games and then go up and do something, and before you know it, 2 hours has gone past. And the fun doesn't even dwindle during that 2 hours. Each game mode and variation adds a new and unique twist to the battle royale genre, and something that is a real nice change of pace. It's a testament to your skill rather than your aim. It's quite a nice change of pace in the sense that each battle royale is basically a looter shooter, whereas Fall Guys takes a new leap of faith and decides to break it up into 5 different rounds. If you complete one round, you get put into the next. If you don't make it in, because there is a counter to show how many people can make it into the next round, you can choose to spectate or just load into a brand new game. Fall Guys' unique take on the battle royale genre is so refreshing. Being able to learn each different game mode allows it to be a lot more replayable than just playing Fortnite, Apex Legends, or even PUBG. Having the different game modes allows for diversity, and even when playing one match you might get 5 consecutive different game modes, but the next time you play you might not necessarily get those same game modes. This is to ensure that each experience that you have isn't the same as the previous, and therefore the game feels a lot fresher when hopping into a new game. And although the fun, vibrant art style of Fall Guys makes the game feel casual, in fact, it's actually really competitive, and it can be really frustrating if you don't get into the next round. But the most frustrating thing is when you're just about to get to the finish line, there is 1 space left, and the person behind you dives so he gets into the next round and you don't. It's just moments like those I'm just so frustrated, but then I think, why didn't I think of that? But to put it in a different perspective, winning by the skin of your teeth is so satisfying. And yes, I'm still yet to win a round. It's very sad. But I'll get there. I will. I know I will. Eventually. Fall Guys' variety in game modes incentivizes you to actually learn what to do in each mode, and therefore push yourself to become better at every game mode. Unlike games like Fortnite and other battle royales, where you most likely just use the same strategy over and over again until you get so bored to the point you stop playing that game. And I think that's honestly one of the things that is drawing new players to Fall Guys at this point. The fact that you don't do the same thing every single time. And therefore the variety of game modes allows people to relax and enjoy themselves at the same time whilst trying something new. A couple of my favourite game modes would be DoorDash, where the game encourages you to take risks as you personally are not too sure which door is a real door or just a standard wall, and when someone breaks down that door, you will see a stampede of players rushing through that door, and you might not even get through. You may get knocked over. It's completely random and is down to chance, but it is so funny to see so many players rush into such a small space just to get into that next round. Another personal favourite of mine is Seesaw. Seesaw is exactly how it sounds. Each platform is a seesaw. If one player is on one side and multiple players are on the other, then the side with most players is going to be tipped down, and therefore you would be able to jump over to a new platform. It encourages teamwork in the sense that you all need to get on one side of the platform to lift the other side up, but you don't necessarily want to help other players, as helping them will help them get to the finish line before you do. It is completely, once again, down to chance whether people want to play fair or they want to play dirty. It's a really fun and satisfying game mode, and you don't really have to take it too seriously, which is something that I really appreciate. My last favourite would have to be Tiptoe. There is a big platform full of squares and you have to navigate across those squares. Doesn't seem that hard, right? Well, you don't know which of the tiles are real tiles and which ones are actually fake tiles. All fake tiles will drop if you step on them, and therefore you'll be reset to the very beginning. Now, there are only two definitive paths to get to the other side, and you will often find a group of players, myself included, huddling up on the very last square that has been found, and then one person picks up the nerves to just go and jump on a tile and hope it's one that is a real tile. Realistically, it's a double-edged sword. You can choose to further the progression of the tiles and hope you land on a real one that gets you ever so closer to that finish line, or you could risk it all and fall and get reset. All correct tiles will light up and glow, but progressively that path that you have forged of real tiles will stop glowing, and therefore if you get reset you're going to have to rework which ones are real tiles again. It's quite a clever mechanic. It encourages people to stay alive, but also for you not to just rely on other players to take the risks. In some cases you will have to take risks, and if you fall, hopefully you have memorized the path that you initially took, and therefore you need to catch up with the rest of the group. So with the round system, the way that you get caught out is dependent on the game mode, but to put it simply, there are 5 rounds. In each round, a certain amount of players needs to reach the finish line. After a certain amount of players have, then the round is over. If you didn't make it to the finish line, then you are out. You can choose to spectate if you'd like, but then also you can choose to exit and restart a new game. Every time a new round starts, the amount of players that can get into the next round is decreased very slowly. For example, on the first round, I believe it's 42 players can get to the finish line, and then progressively it'll get down to 18, and then 10, and at that point you enter the final round. There are 4 different final round game modes. There's Full Mountain, Hexagon, Jump Showdown, and Royal Fumble. All of these game modes make sure that you don't anticipate what that final round will be, and therefore you have to learn how to play each of those final rounds, well, by getting there. For example, my personal favourite final round is Hexagon. In this game mode there is a certain amount of platforms. When you stand on a tile, that tile will disappear, and therefore the player space will get reduced. When you fall from one level, you get put down to another, and when you fall on that one, you go down again, and so on and so forth. Eventually, when you land on the final set of tiles, and you fall in, you are out. And at that point, it is the last person to survive on these tiles. Therefore, the aim of the game is to stay as high on the platforms as you can, and make sure you don't fall down to the bottom levels too early. One thing that I have really noticed with Fall Guys though, is that communication is key in team game modes. Although you don't necessarily communicate with your team, You more so give the body language of your character the hints to the other players on your team exactly what you're doing. And sometimes, if there is no teamwork, there is no win basically. You are screwed in certain game modes. Game modes like Fall Ball, which is my personal worst game mode in Fall Guys for me, is where you're basically playing football, and if everyone rushes for attack and leaves the goal open, then you're basically screwed and you're going to lose. One person in the goal isn't going to make a difference to compared if you had 3 or 4. Players all make a difference whether they want to play nice or just go for a full frontal attack. Teamwork is key in these game modes to ensure a victory, and if you don't, then you lose. Before you start wondering, Fall Guys does have monetization. Nothing predatory, nothing like that, it's all cosmetic. These cosmetics can be earned in-game with in-game currency that you get from completing matches, unlike games like Fortnite where you have to pay a premium currency to gain access to those external skins. Now, I'm not saying that Fall Guys is completely out of the water though. Fall Guys does have its own premium currency, but the skins that you get are just as good as the ones that you can get with in-game currency. Realistically, there is no real difference between the premium skins and the non-premium skins. There is even a battle pass kind of thing where you gain new skins and emotes, but this battle pass is completely free. It doesn't have a premium option where you get bonus items or anything like that. Everything in that battle pass is for completely free. All the skins, emotes, items, everything. This was a real nice touch and a smart move from Fall Guys' developers, and overall it makes the game seem a lot more friendlier and less predatory. Fall Guys has really been a big surprise for me. I wasn't too sure whether I was going to like it, as I had seen it in a few live streams, but never actually experienced it for myself. Since it was free on PlayStation Plus, I thought I'd give it a go. The original retail price is £15.99, so if you don't get it on PlayStation in this initial month, then that is the retail price for it. It's a really fun game, and I would definitely recommend it with friends. It seems like the perfect casual game to play, as you don't necessarily need to try too hard to play, and therefore it's more accessible to new players. Fall Guys is certainly a very fun and casual game for everyone to pick up. I am hooked on playing Fall Guys at the moment, and that is what I've been spending my time playing. It's really fun, really enjoyable, and definitely worth a download. I definitely compare the game to perhaps the TV show Total Wipeout. It's that kind of thing. You have to go over obstacles to get to the other side, and if you get it in a certain time, then you get put into the next round. It's really satisfying. So if you like the game, you like the look of it, you like how it plays, feel free to give it a download, and since it's free, it's no real harm to your wallet at the moment. It's certainly a good bit of fun, a good bit of casual fun, and a good bit of competition. It's definitely the whole package if you want a fun and casual game to play in your spare time. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, then subscribe and turn on that notification button so you don't miss another upload from me. So thank you and goodbye.